So thank you so much for joining. Today I want to talk about, in case you don't know, I am Dr. Sheika Square. That's like my real life birth name. Except for the doctor part. I work for that one. The rest of it I get it from my mama. And so I want to talk about, I have a bunch of notes and we may come back to that. However, I want to talk about what? Investing the money once you get it. So I have some people on, I did a little temperature check, that are entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, working in an organization, looking for their passion, and things like that. However, whatever you're doing, you're securing some kind of bag, some kind of money, to pay something. Someone, you have some kind of bill that you have to pay. So there is some kind of money coming in for most of us. Some of us are either in between having that money coming in, and that's okay too, because once you get the money coming in, then you'll have the knowledge. So one of the things that I find people don't do enough of, and I see a lot more of inside of the tax business that I founded and am the CEO of, is that once they get a lot of flow coming in, and sometimes the flow is so serious with some of these statements I see, I'm like, dang, I might not be doing enough. Dang, all that money. But what happens is we spend it as rapidly as we make it, or more rapidly than we make it. And then we have all of this money coming in, and we really don't realize how much money we have coming in until it's time to pay taxes, or until we're broke. And then somebody goes over our statements and we're like, I had all of that coming in. So one of the things that's going to be super important, amongst many other things, even if you're working for someone else currently, if you've started your own business, if you've been in for business for a while, is learning where to put that money. I talk about this, and this is one of the main reasons I wrote Money Management and Entrepreneurs, both the course and the book, which is available now on my website. One of the main reasons, and I should have bought the book. One of the main reasons I wrote it is because I would see a lot of people making a lot of money sometimes. Sometimes they needed help to make a lot of money. I would see a lot of people make a lot of money and then not know where to put it in order to keep making money. And so one of the things you must understand early on is where to start to put the money so that it can work for you. For example, in addition to having products and services inside of both of my businesses, I also have investments. So why does that matter? Like, you're like, I don't know. Why are you telling me that? The reason I'm telling you this, because let's say something like COVID hits, right? And what happened inside of the stock market is it took a drop. But what happened inside of, I'm going to ask a question that I can't hear your answers to, but I would love to know what you think. What happened inside of online shopping during the exact same time? So the stock market, when COVID hit, took a hit. It dropped dramatically. It's recovered for the most part, or above recovered. Some stocks did amazingly well. However, it took a hit. But what happened with online shopping? It boomed. So if you have multiple places where you put your income, multiple places where you're putting the money that you're making from either your job, or you have started your own business, or both. If you have multiple places where you're putting your business, if one thing doesn't perform at a certain time, then something else can be performing. So that's why it's going to be super important for you to learn how to invest your money. Whether you, or some people think, well, I don't make enough money to do that. I've told this story a million times. When I first started investing, I invested $25 a month. The $25 a month grew And what ended up happening was I was able to buy, and I literally talk about this all the time because people say I don't make enough money to invest. Yes, you do. The amount of money I invested grew to where I was able to purchase my first property with it. I was able to start my first business from starting with $25 a month in my 20s, even though I'm still, still in my 20s. And so, you can invest. The thing about investing though is that you don't want to have all of your money, whether it's coming from a paycheck because you are, working a job that you love. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be self-employed. These money understandings can be used anywhere. You want to make sure that you have money in places that are constantly working for you so that you're never really dependent on one source of income. That one, I spoke to myself on that. Like, you don't want to just have money in the stock market or just have money in real estate or just have money inside of your business, because what will happen is you're going to be dependent on that. And if something happens that you cannot control, like a national or international actually pandemic, or theft, or you need to hire somebody, or and the thing, a lot of things keep happening, then you're dependent, and that's when stress starts to kick in. However, if you have money, and this can work for you, like you can start off with small amounts. Having your stuff set up so tight to where you have money here, there, and it's all working for you, not just sitting in the mattress. Or one of the movies I watched, it was in a cereal box. Mine's not in a cereal box, so you don't even gotta come looking for that. Having it in a cereal box, it's not working for you. You want to have it places where it's working. So what'll happen is if something else takes a little slowdown, takes a break, or is at lunch, then something else should still be working. While you're at your job, you should have money working somewhere else for you at all times. It takes the stress off of feeling like oh my God, I need whatever. There was a lady, I went to a real estate seminar before, we couldn't do stuff like that. So this was like 2 years ago. And she spoke about how she was a single parent. She had a job and she was looking to purchase a house. She was tired of renting. And what ended up happening was her realtor told her, well, won't you buy a multifamily unit, a home, like where you can live there. You can also have renters living in the same unit with you. And she was like, I don't think I can afford that. Well, fast forward to her getting over her idea of lack. In the same situation, she ended up buying a fourplex, a 4-family unit. Like, she stayed in one and she had 3 people renting. She had a job. She said about how much she made per year. I think it was between 40 and 60. I don't want to lie to you. But she was able to buy the unit, and what ended up happening, she didn't have to have all of the credentials, and that's a whole nother seminar. I might have to bring Melissa on for that. Where she was able to buy this unit. Now she doesn't have to pay rent or a mortgage because one of the units, I think maybe 2 of the units paid for the entire property, and then she had income coming in. So now she literally has additional income that she's created, and she didn't have to do all of the things that we think we have to do in order to purchase a home. And then now she's created another source of income. She still has her job. She has somewhere to live. So it doesn't have to be extravagant all the time. Sometimes it can be very practical. The main point is learn how to invest your money. I also would suggest, on top of learning to invest your money, I would also suggest in the beginning, when you are dabbling with different places to put your money so that it's always working for you, invest it in places where you enjoy first. Like when I first really started doing stock market investing for myself, like nobody was handling it for me, I chose stocks that I used and that I understood. Eventually, you should branch out your knowledge so where you understand multiple things and you do multiple things and you take risks. In the beginning, to overcome fear, I would suggest doing things that you like. So invest in stocks that you like, that you know are performing. And then also, in real estate, you don't have to, you could, I would love it to see if you did. You don't have to go from not owning any property to buying a mall that you don't understand. You can, build your way up, even if you can afford it. You can buy some residentials or some commercials and see how that works and expand. But the main point is, don't sit on your money. Don't bury it in the dirt in the backyard because you're afraid of losing it. We talked about, not having your hands closed in order to attract abundance. Don't just sit it in a bank account in case something happens. There's places that you can invest your money that are very low risk and you're still making money. And then, on top of that, now don't just invest all of your money, make all the money, invest it, and you never enjoy it. Another way, surefire way to make additional money come into your situation is by enjoying the money. So always pay yourself something. Like every month, I'm going to do a spa day. Every month, I'm going to buy myself, a new something. Enjoy some part of the money. Like it shouldn't always be work, pay bills, work again, repeat, work out, maybe go get a drink, pay bills. Like it shouldn't be a cycle like that because that's not even attracting abundance into your life. In order for you to expand and grow, you must learn how to invest your money, where to invest your money, and then how to enjoy it. And so a lot of these tips and some of the tips that I've used are in both. Actually, I wrote about how I started investing in 21 Day Word Revolution, my first book. And then in Money Management and Entrepreneurs, I talk more in depth about places that I have utilized over the years that have worked for me. And some places that you should consider when attempting to grow, manage, and attract more money into your life. So it's going to be super, I don't care what your lane is, what your career choice is. It's going to be super important that you learn how to grow, manage, and have more money. Like it's always going to be necessary. If you plan to be anything bigger than you are today, have anything more than you have today, even if you're comfortable and you love it, it's going to be super important that you learn how to invest it, like make it, invest a portion of it. I didn't say save. I didn't say save, go sit it, on ice. I said invest it. It should be working for you. Money likes to work. It enjoys it. It is energy. And then how to continue that process and then enjoy it. Buying assets. I learned something. I was listening to an interview with Nipsey Hussle. And I never thought about this, but I got on it though, because it made sense. Anything that makes sense, you might want to try. So he talked about how, he wore a lot of jewelry. And you see it and you go, whatever. But he wore a lot of jewelry on purpose because it was, aside from all the other properties and businesses that he owned, he bought jewelry as an investment. Because something I learned when I got more money and I could buy nicer diamonds and jewelry is that diamonds are something that literally holds so much value. Diamonds and certain types of metal hold so much value that you can buy it and it holds the value for you. And in many instances, depending on where you purchased it from, appreciates. So let's say you like me, you like a little something. Oh, man, a little something. Understand that the clarity of it, and I'm not gonna get into because everybody, but that's what I mean by learning to invest in something that you enjoy. He liked wearing jewelry, so he invested in his diamonds and his metals. And so, he could purchase more of it, or if anything ever happened, he could turn it in and get the cash from it. Because it's not like cars. Cars, many times, except for if it's an exclusive model and you can sometimes, sell it at value. I don't know a lot about cars, you can tell. But many cars that many of us buy depreciate and value. But something that I learned after the interview, I researched it and then started to shop at these different places. Diamonds and gold, people buy those and to hold their cash. Like people will buy bricks of gold. People will buy, different stones, rare stones in order to have their money in a isolated form. So that's another example. There's so many examples of things that you can do to allow your money to grow and enjoy it. And so when he said that, I was like, what? I love diamonds. What? And I can grow my money. And so learn how to invest your money. Learn how to put your money in places that it will work. Holding on to your money in hopes that it's going to grow is not going to work. You have to learn how to place it and start to use it in order for it to make the moves that you're hoping to make. And this is whether you have a job, you're an aspiring entrepreneur, or you've been an entrepreneur for many, many years. You must learn the secrets behind investing your money and making it work for you at all times. Like right now, stock market's closed. However, if we were a little earlier, my money would be working. I have products and services. Like it should constantly, you should be able to check several things, hundreds of things where you have different amounts of money that are working for you at any given time. You should be getting alerts. This is when you start to take the stress off yourself around money. This is deeper than money. This is freedom and this is abundance. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. I appreciate you for listening. If you have any questions that I did not answer, you can always DM me. You can go on the website, www.drsheiksquare.com.